Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harv's World Impromptu Friday night stream on Red River Valley Flame. How you doing, bud? Yeah, these impromptus, I never know who's going to show up or if anybody's going to show up, which is fine. I just want to relax and play and get over what's been a really, really difficult week. I got to tell you, man. Gots to tell you. Hey, thanks, Dave. Dave, good to have you drop in. You're in very good company. A lot of people who hang out in my Discord and come to the streams, they started out the same way you are, bud. So glad to hear you're getting something out of that. If you ever have questions, don't hesitate to ask, and feel free to drop by my Discord because there's a lot of players in there who started the exact same way you did, and shoot, they can answer your questions as well as I can, if not better. Owzy, how you doing, bud? Been a while, man. Haven't seen you drop in some time. Although I know our time difference is pretty dramatic. And I think I think I accidentally bought a seeder that was a bit much for my tractor. I have not touched this map since the last impromptu last Friday night, so we're starting off pretty much where we left off, except I did advance time to the next day so we'd have actual daylight to work in instead of trying to work in the dark. So we are at the end of spring. It's a rainy day, and I need to get my crops in because if I don't, I'm going to be kind of in a pickle. And it looks like I might have to buy a new tractor because this one just is not cutting the mustard. I'll bet, man. Same with me. I don't get to play like I used to. Real life comes first, though, man. Always, real life comes first. Yeah, this tractor's not gonna pull this planter the way I wanted it to. I actually made a mistake. I was thinking about it when I went into the menu and I said, oh, well, that looks like a good planter to use. And I was thinking about what's the horsepower, and then I went and bought it and forgot to look at the horsepower. So, yeah. Too cool. How's it going, man? I guess you got your answer, huh? Too Cool was asking in Discord today if there was going to be an impromptu stream. I literally don't know until I hit the start stream button. Go live button, I guess is what it actually is. Go live. Live from a bedroom near you, Harv. Impromptu stream number 2 on Red River Valley. Okay, this is not going to fly. Do I buy a bigger tractor? Having 2 tractors isn't the worst thing in the world. But, yeah, I think I'm going to have to buy a bigger tractor. Although I'm thinking I could use this tractor and send this tractor out on fertilizer jobs, and then have a bigger tractor to do some more chores around this farm, because this is a pretty good sized farm, I have to tell you. Here we go. All 5 of us. You 4 and me. It'll pick up. Which is actually pretty surprising, if I'm honest. When I do the impromptus, I actually fire them up and go, yeah, if people come, that's great. If not, I'm just going to play, and I'm glad you guys do. Oh man, we're getting close, Owzy, aren't we? How can we not be hyped for FS19? There are some things they have not mentioned that I really hope they addressed, but the stuff that they're adding looks pretty darn good. Like, the productions, I think, are going to be spectacular. Alright, when I get back over to the barn, I will think about what I can do to put in or get another tractor that can pull this thing better. And probably check the horsepower requirement on it first. What are you looking forward to in FS22, Owzie? Up with an official name for the guys with the red badges. We've got the blue crew and was it the green machine? Probably something like that. Green machine. There were a lot of really good suggestions last stream though, like the Red Riders, I think. Stuff like that. So yeah, whatever you guys want to be, man. I know what I want to be. I want to be in a more powerful tractor to haul this bloody cedar around, because oh, and my time is set wrong. Yeah, normally, Owzie, that's exactly how I handle new games. I don't buy them. There are very few games I get psyched enough about that I would spend immediate release dollars on. Now that I'm a content creator for FS19, I don't have that, or Farm Sim in general, I guess I should say. I don't have that luxury with this particular game, but that's okay. The only downside, man, the bummer is going to be the lack of mod support right out of the gate. You know, we've gotten used to having so many great mods that help us on our way. And so, you know, it's going to be base game for a few months. Alright, well, at least they got a headland pass on this field. So I'm going to shut down. Let's take a look at our tractors and see. I don't even know what mods I have installed. I've got most of what Caveman installed for PV Uncharted, I think. Let's look at medium tractors, because, you know, the case 7200 Pro actually runs 260 horsepower, and our planter, it only... Why am I struggling so bad? Because this planter runs 120 horsepower, my tractor's 150. Probably just too close. We'll have a few mods, man. I mean, it's not going to be... Yeah, you're right. It's not going to be just... we're completely SOL on that. Oh, I do have the 40 series here. What does this go up to? Let's take a look. It's not a bad price. What do you guys think of this tractor? No. Engine. 203. That's pretty good. But we're running case right now. It's yeah, it does get just a little bit laggy. I will admit to that. No, we definitely want that. Yep. It is green. Now, I think most people know at this point, I'm not the biggest John Deere fan. There's nothing wrong with John Deere. Don't get all in a twist over the fact that I'm not a big John Deere fan. You know, like what you like. I like what I like. 82,000 for that bad boy at 203, but I could still go back to the 7,200. Let me check one more thing, because I know I've got a Caveman mod in here, a Caveman approved mod, I should say. There's a Caveman approved mod, 70,000. Shoot, that's almost not. That'll run 300 at 85. I'm almost thinking that's a no-brainer there. I don't have the money for a 1050 yet, Paw. I've only got 451,000. Big fat front weight. Ooh, look at those big fat Midas tires on there too. Oh, you put the dual Midas on there? I don't think we need dual right now. That's 12 grand, but I'm kind of thinking this. Hey Gary, how's it going, man? I know I'm gonna have to skip a Friday just so I'm not forced to add it, you know, to my regular lineup. But hey, it is what it is. All right, we're going with the Traction King, and I think these guys will even deliver it right to my farm. Oh man, I love, love, love farm all tractors. That's what the family ran, or you know, I had an uncle who did a little bit of farming back in the day, and this was, when I say back in the day, I'm talking about the early 1970s. Oh, well, make sure you stop by the stream, Gary. We'll make sure that everybody knows it's your birthday. If you don't have a chance to make it, though, bud, big happy pre-birthday. How about them apples? Yeah, so I am playing seasons on this map also, Paw. So, you know, making money right out of the gate. Which in turn, it does remind me, I wanted to check something else. And we got nothing. New contracts. Also, everybody wants to plant 31 acres of corn. Hey, Andrew Thompson, how's it going, bud? Welcome to the stream. Friday night impromptu, casual as heck. Harv, being Harv, having a few banquets. I'm trying to get his fields plowed before summer gets here. I'm in the last day of spring. Pacific time zone, it is 11 a.m. on Sundays. Exactly. Absolutely, Owsy. In spirit, at least. Pop out. I have to say this, and please take it in the manner it's intended. I love Australian slang. Australians have a slang word for just about everything. And it's pretty fascinating sometimes to hear them speak or even type, because you almost have to do a little bit of interpretation sometime. But once you know what it is, it makes complete sense. Oh, okay, nice, nice. Formula One, huh? That's one of the ones I was thinking about, Paul. Macas. It's such a great word for McDonald's. Or is it Macas? Macas, whatever it is. It's brilliant. Now I think I can safely start using a little bit of GPS here. There we go. Mexico City, wow. Andrew, to be honest, I like Case more, but that's just because it's more of a U.S. brand that I literally see almost every day and have for decades. Sergeant Tuxedo, how you doing, bud? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, yeah. That's the last thing Gary wants for his birthday. Harv popping out of a cake. Trust me. No, really, trust me. That you don't want that. No. Nope. Uh-uh. Although that reminds me of the movie Under Siege. You guys remember that movie? With Steven Seagal. Crity, is that Crity Roy is a new subscriber? Welcome to Harv's World. Good to have you with us, man. If you're watching the stream. I can't tell. It doesn't tell me if it's somebody who's actually watching the stream when that subscription thing pops up. But it's nice to have. The more better, let me tell you. I think your wife would probably be offended, and rightly so, I might add. Oh, we all are Tuxedo. We all are absolutely ready for FS22. I think everybody's seeing a bit of a drop off right now as far as content creators and such, just because I think everybody's kind of going, we've been doing this for 3 years. Let's get to the new one. Oh, Gary, absolutely. That's the only reason I remember that movie, even though it did have Gary Busey playing an amazing bad guy. One of the great things about this map is the bloody freight train, by the way. It's loud, it's obnoxious, but it actually looks like a real freight train. You don't get that on any other FS map that I've seen. Look, it's still going by. Look at that. That's awesome. Erica Elniak was her name. She was perfect in virtually every way. So, Sergeant Tuxedo, you're completely ready for FS22. What is it about FS22 that's really got you jonesing for it? And everybody, what specifically about FS22 are you really looking forward to? Because a lot of information has been coming out. Giants has been doing their fact sheet Fridays. There was it an equipment video today? There was some kind of video today. I haven't had a chance to watch yet. I can't remember, Gary. I genuinely can't. She was one of the Baywatch girls, though. Well, thanks, Harley. I appreciate that. I think maybe just because they're a little more relaxed. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth or anything, but they're pretty chill. I try not to get serious or anything. Yet the banquets help with that. I'll be honest. It's been a rough week too, guys. I got to tell you. Oh my gosh, has it been a difficult week? But it's Friday. A fallen demise. A fallen demise. Welcome to Harv's World. Good to have you with us. Yeah, I think that's one of the things I'm most excited about too, Pause, is how they've incorporated productions. I'm really interested to see what they managed to accomplish with that. I can't believe we don't have any fertilizer contracts. I would get a helper doing fertilizer contracts right now to start getting my money up a little bit. But there aren't any. It's all sowing contracts, and I'm not leasing a seeder to just do one sowing contract. And I got to tell you, we don't have many people here right now, but I will offer at least the folks who are here a bit of an apology. There haven't been any videos this week, and honestly, there probably won't be for a little bit because, frankly, work has really just honestly been horrible. And it's no excuse, but at the same time, I'm fried. Just completely fried. So I hope everybody can be a little patient and understanding there. No off the grid tomorrow. I'm sorry. Yes, I know I could probably be recording right now, but. Oh, there you go, Gary. Yeah, and I haven't heard anything about her since either. Alright, one more headland pass right here. It looks like it's going to rain again. I just got out of rain, and it looks like it's going to rain again soon. Not that it matters. As long as we're not harvesting, we don't care about the rain so much. In this first field, I'm sure you figured out, I'm putting canola in, and I think I'll put soybeans in the other field. Those seem like good especially the canola crop, since technically we're farming in Canada right now. Exactly, Paul. That's all I'm gonna say about work. I could really kind of nope, I'm not even gonna do that. That's all I'm gonna say about work for the time being. It's been a bear this week. And we're leaving work behind. That's what the banquets are for, and that's what the Friday night casual stream before is for. Forget about it. Somebody else must be streaming right now because it looks like people are kind of hopping back and forth. Tuxedo, without being too specific, I work for the federal government, assisting in agriculture. Tuxedo. I don't mean to be suspicious. It's just I can't make a public. I can't use my job position or title in any way publicly. Like I can't associate that with this part of what I do. Oh, understood. Tuxedo. Okay. Sometimes that's not as much of a joke as exactly, Gary. I'm an A man. You can take that multiple ways, and it would be true just about any way you take it. That's Friday night, Andrew. Friday night. Sometimes later it starts to pick up. Again, I don't really expect a big audience on Fridays. This is very casual chilling, man. I appreciate you guys hanging though, and I will point out that we are still working on collecting funds for needy families at Christmas time. We are up to $620 after just a couple of weeks, and we've got just over a month to go. Everybody has been very responsive and super generous, and even if you aren't interested in donating directly yourself, just getting the word out and letting people know what we're doing here is help enough. And I'm not going to harp on that because, again, Friday nights are casuals. I also know that a lot of content creators have picked up this map and are doing it. So, me doing it as a casual play where they're doing it as a full-blown hardcore stream kind of thing, probably isn't optimal either, but it is what it is. I just want to chill. There goes our choo-choo again. Yeah, it's getting up there, Andrew. I'm really impressed with how responsive everybody has been. Yeah, it's a very cool thing. I've got I have a subscriber. I'll tell you guys this story just a little bit. I have a subscriber that I was made aware is going to have a difficult Christmas. And I have done a little something to help that person out, even though they don't know that. Personally, and thinking about them some more, I said, you know, why don't we help? Because there's got to be tens of thousands of people in this situation, especially as crappy as jobs and, you know, people being locked in and COVID and all the garbage that's gone on for the last year and a half, 2 years now. So I said, why don't I see what I can do to help a lot more people at the same time? And so I figured, you know, I've got a little bit of a voice in the world, not a lot, just enough to maybe make a slight difference for a few people. So I figured, what the heck, man? Let's give it a shot, and you guys don't disappoint. That's right, Paul. It doesn't. And that's one of Harv's mottos. It's your game, play it your way. I should probably picked a few different mods other than what we're already using on PV Uncharted 2. Again, I like the kit we have set out for PV Uncharted though. That was shorter than I expected. Somebody was asking in Discord today. There's a counter built into one of the sides of the buildings you start with on PV Uncharted. They were asking what that was for. I told them that it's the explosion counter. Whenever you blow up a rock or a boulder on PV Uncharted, that counter lets you know how many you've done. Is there anything about FS22 that you guys aren't looking forward to? After PV Uncharted, I'm actually kind of not looking forward to having rocks in the field. It's a pretty cool thing that the map maker built into PV Uncharted, but I've kind of had my fill of it. The novelty wore off, I guess I should say. The novelty is definitely worn off. It's one extra thing you have to do on your field before you can plant it, so another pass along the field just to collect the rocks and garbage that your plows and cultivators dig up. Get turned around here. I'm going to look at those contracts again and see what's out there. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to pick up another field or two before fall sets in. Although if they've got potatoes or sugar beets on it, forget about it. Oops. That's what I was thinking, Paul. I thought that was going to be an optional feature. Um, have to relearn Gary because you haven't been playing much, or just because it's going to be different enough that you'll have to relearn everything? Man, the weather up here in the springtime is kind of a pain. The pain and rain. Oh, well, that's no good, Tuxedo. Is your internet not being working and playing well right now? Man, this canola is sucking down the fertilizer, let me tell you. I will say I'm kind of curious about how they're going to implement precision farming in FS22. Is it going to be the same? And I got to tell you, precision farming without field scanners, I'm not too sure about that. Well, I think you'll probably be okay, Gary. I think you'll be okay just because once you've got the basics down, I don't think the basics change too much. You need lime, seed, fertilizer, all that to get a field going. You're starting to know your implements and equipment now, junk like that. So I think you'll be all right, man. And besides, I'll be here to help you out. That's going to be an interesting week, let me tell you. That's going to be a busy, busy week. The thing, too, when FS22 hits, all the content creators are going to be scrambling to crank out videos as fast as they can. Yeah, it shouldn't take too much longer to get canola in. That's good. At least this field is seeding up quickly. Mervin, how's it going, man? Good to have you with us. Thank you for dropping in. Gary, I would say 72 hours. There'll be a hot fix within 72 hours. I'm not currently watching myself, so I can't tell you whether it's buffering or not. I'm doing okay, Mervin. I'm doing okay. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying your weekend, man. That's what when I decide to go impromptu on Friday night, that's hopefully starting my weekend off on a positive. So far, so good. The people who hang, it's a smaller audience usually, but the people who do, we always seem to have a good time. I think before I start on the big soybean field, I better refill. Although soybeans take no fertilizer. I just remembered that. All I need is more seed. I won't need more fertilizer. With precision farming, soybeans said, we don't need no stinking fertilizer. Just plant us anywhere. We'll grow for you. Yeah, that sounds reasonable, Gary. Although, you know the old rule of thumb, right? That nothing survives first contact with the public, especially when it comes to software. Well, thank you, Too Cool. Thank you very much, my friend. Too Cool, you have been around for quite some time now, man. Do you realize that? Like, you seem like one of the new guys, like one of the newer folks that have been hanging out, but at the same time, you have a long time now. Although you're going to have to start your run pretty soon, aren't you? I was about to say, I've got my banquet. You could have your Corona. We'd be all set. All right, field number 2. Wrapping it up with canola. Which, by the way, base game is my favorite. It is my favorite crop. Anybody who didn't know that clearly hasn't been paying attention. Alright, we're going to switch to soybeans. We're going to get some more seed in the hopper, to whatever you want to call it. I wonder. There we go. Oh. That's a small trigger there. Oh gosh, you're on your run right now, and I'm suddenly really glad I'm not driving. Dude, don't text and drive. I just fired this up actually at 45 minutes already? Really? Well, 42 minutes. 42 minutes and 25 seconds to be exact. Streamlabs OBS will tell me precisely to the minute. Or how long have I been streaming, like, in total? My channel, first video I ever posted was mid-June of 2020. It was a series called Born in Idaho. and I have been going ever since. I don't remember when the first stream we ever did was. Hey Tom, how you doing, man? There's a member of the Blue Crew. Oh, I think I just came up with the name for the red badge people. I think I might have it, guys. I'll throw this out on Sunday too and see what people say, but because we've got the Blue Crew. I don't know who christened them the Blue Crew, but you know, once you got a blue badge, you're the Blue Crew. The green team or the green machine. I'm not sure what the official one is on that. But I think for the red badges, I think they need to be the Grateful Red. When I can find a spare second or two, Gary, I do play other games. I'll tell you right now, as much as I love Farm Sim, my all-time favorite game ever is still Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, okay. Okay, too cool. You're sitting in the yard, just waiting for your trailers, something like that. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a brilliant, 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 exquisitely crafted, created, and brilliant game. Um, I have played within the last 6 months. I can say I have played Railway Empire. I not too long ago picked up on sale Planet Zoo, which I've played a little bit of. Right Paw, the Grateful Red. It was like an epiphany. All of a sudden I was like the Grateful Red. Yes, that's it. That's got to be the one. um Tom, is that Tommy Boy? I'm assuming you're going Tommy Boy with that. I've done both. The storyline is fantastic. Red Dead Online is just okay. I'm not the biggest FPS um, player versus PvP type of guy anyway. I prefer PvE. Um, if you give me a game where I can play with my friends and like collaborate, whatever it's called, cooperative. I enjoy cooperative a lot, but PvP not so much. There's too many little kiddies out there who want to trash talk or hack, and that's a problem with all Rockstar online games. Is the hackers kind of have destroyed those things. I've heard good things about that, Mervin. All right, Tom, bud, you have a great night, man. Have an absolutely fantastic night. Appreciate you stopping in before bed, man. Take care. Yeah, Mervin, I like simulation type games, also other types of simulations. One that I've kind of had my eye on, not Car Mechanic, but what was this called? It looks a little bit goofy, but it's like Garage Find or something like that. I'd have to look at my Steam menu or my wish list. But it looks a little bit interesting, quirky, different, that kind of thing. Hey, Paul, I'm officially leaving it to you to make sure I don't forget about the Grateful Red. I have so many things on my mind these days that sometimes I'll have an idea and then forget within like the next 10 minutes. I'll tell you guys, I am the worst. Absolutely the worst when it comes to remembering names. Like somebody can walk up to me and introduce themselves, and literally within 15 seconds, I will have forgotten their name because I'm I'm trying to think of what to say to them, or you know, how I should uh, present myself, or you know what topic that they really need information on. So many different silly things that probably don't matter to them, but I'm trying to keep up with it all. So all right, I appreciate it, man. I can use all the help I can get. Andrew Thompson, that is one of my all-time favorite tractor mods for FS19. I do have it installed. World of Warships, yeah, I've heard good things about the World of games. Now, I say I'm not a big PvPer, but then I did play a lot, and I mean a lot, of a game that I can't even remember now because it's been such a long time. Um, Crap, it's a three man teams. You drop onto planets. Apex, Apex Legends. I played a lot of that for about 6 months, and then realized I just don't have the hand-eye coordination to be competitive. I was okay, but age does kept catch. Ethan, how's the wild world of sheep farming in Australia, my friend? I was just talking to one of your country brethren a little bit ago named Owsy. He may have dropped off at this point. I'm not sure, which is fine either way. But we were talking about how Australians have a slang word for just about everything. We were talking about macas, stuff like that. You guys come up with a unique word for so many different things, and it's really cool once you figure out what it is. But sometimes keeping track of it all when you don't live there, you guys keep us on our toes. Let's put it that way, but in a very cool way. And I'm gonna shut up now because I'm just sounding like a geeky foreigner at this point. Oh, you bloody Americans just think we're entertainment for you, right? Yeah, Paul mentioned that Macca's might be the best one, that at least that we know of. But yeah, you guys shorten everything. You're succinct and to the point. We don't want to talk about this a lot. Give us a nice short name, and we'll be good to go. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Crap. Oops. Everybody wants planting done. Look at that. We might just have to go do this cornfield. Where is that? Field 14? I don't even see field 14. Oh, there it is right there. It's actually not that far away. Oh, that might not be so bad. Okay, that might be a good thing. Oops. Oh, oh, stop. Oh, that's a good one, Gary. A Ute. Or is it Ute? Ute? Is it a long U or a short U? I mean, the best I've got is, the song Men Without Hats. I come from a land down under. That's why I know what Vegemite is, just because of that song. Oh, there you go. Short for utility vehicle? Okay, that makes complete sense now. Oh no, yeah, I realized it was a truck. You'd had mentioned it enough on stream and on Discord that I picked up on the fact that it was a truck. I just wasn't sure of the pronunciation. Yep, pickups. Or if you live in Texas, it's a pick 'em up truck. Hey, I got me a brand new pick 'em up truck. Right, too cool. Oh, come on. We can pick on ourselves, right? Right. Did I say men without hats? I meant men at work. Men Without Hats was another 80s band. They did the safety dance. I can't tell you what struth means, Ethan, but I do know what rooting means, and you in Australia you do not root for sports teams. That's something. In the U.S. we go out and root for our favorite team, but to root in Australia I know is something completely different. And I think Casual Friday Nights isn't 100% family friendly all the time, but we'll try to stick in that direction. Mervin knows what I'm talking about. I used to work with a guy. Man, this was a long time ago. Right around the turn of the century, actually. I don't even remember his name. Was it Max? It might have been Max. But he was a Mormon who had done his mission, his Mormon mission in Australia, and one of his most prized keepsakes was a seamless pouch. You know, a little pouch that had a drawstring on the top of it. It was absolutely seamless. It wasn't sewn together. He was very proud of that. He had brought that back from Australia. And it was made from a kangaroo that had been castrated. Let's put it that way. Well, stinky YouTube, knock it off. If you expect us to pay YouTube to use your infrastructure, then you better bloody maintain your infrastructure. And there I go, looking a gift horse in the mouth, right? All right, Ethan. What does struth mean, or struth? Struth or struth? Mervin. Yeah, and us stupid Americans, that's all we know too. Crocodile Dundee. Paul Hogan. Paul Hogan has become the face of Australia around the world. You you poor Aussies are stuck with that. Oh, okay. Just gosh, kind of like holy crap. Wow. Gotcha. Okay. Crikey. The Flying Doctor. That's interesting. I remember the Flying Nun, but not the Flying Doctor. We could start calling the Friday night stream the Australia stream. It's a lot of what we get on Fridays, Australia. Actually, I've had a really good Australian following for quite a long time. Okay, Gary. Ethan, was it you that was asking me about the movie Australia? Was that you that was asking me about that movie? Because I have something to say about it, and I want to make sure it was you before I spout off. Oh, this bloody 15 second delay is annoying sometimes. I ask a question, I have to wait like 30 seconds. Ethan, I was asking if you were the one who was talking to me about the movie Australia with Nicole Kidman. Okay, I thought so. So I have it on my watch list. And I will tell you what, now, don't get me wrong. I obviously looked it up because you're the guy who told me about it, and I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. But when I looked it up, I was kind of in a little bit of awe. And this is probably going to sound a little bit goofy, but it's actually directed by one of my favorite directors that I haven't been keeping up with lately. It's directed by Baz Luhrmann. And so that immediately shot it straight to the top of my I really got to watch this list. So I will be on that. I will be on it like a car bonnet in the not too distant future. Probably before the end of the weekend is out, I will have watched that movie. I'm very excited by the prospect. Yeah, that's been brought up a couple times, Gary. I have technically really been trying to hold out for international charities, although I did approve. Okay, so this is kind of where we stand on this. Somebody brought up Toys for Tots, which is a fantastic Christmas focused charity. And um, but then I realized after I approved it that it's an American charity. It's not international the way I was trying to keep things. So what I think I'm going to do with the funds that we raise. Now YouTube gives me a percent like of the viewers that watch my videos, what it breaks them into percentages by country. So, for example, let's say 40% of my viewership comes from the United States. So the money that we raise, I will take 40% of that, donate it to Toys for Tots for the US. Right now, what I have, and I don't want this to get super complicated. I don't want to get this broken down into a point where I'm donating $10 here and $5 there. I'm limiting it to 4 charities. Anyway, the point being that I will donate the US percentage to Toys for Tots, and right now, the charity that's near and dear to my heart is the Salvation Army. And so the rest of it I will donate to the Salvation Army, unless we get other suggestions. I think we're going to make the day. Crops will be in the ground just in time. Your uncle. Oh, they don't give Australia. Oh yeah, that's right, Ethan. That's right. You were I'm sorry that I don't remember, but yeah, you had a role in, not a role as in like an actor, but did you guys provide sheep or something like that for them? It's a shame you didn't get any credit. I hope you got paid well though. And anybody who's not familiar with Baz Luhrmann, if you're a fan of the movie Moulin Rouge, that's where he came to my initial attention. He's got some others out there. He always does really stylized, almost like Wes Anderson. So your uncle was raising for Angel Flight also, Mervin. That's interesting. That's fantastic. You know what? Oh, that's a shame, Ethan. Oh, absolute Paul. That's one of my all-time favorites. But the same director who directed Moulin Rouge is the one that directed the movie that Ethan's talking about, Australia. Once I realized that, I mean, I wanted to watch it anyway. I had it on my watch list already, and then I started looking at it, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's Baz Luhrmann." I'm totally watching that. Oh, Paul, what's the new Wes Anderson movie that's coming out? I don't have time to keep up on this stuff anymore. Like, I work, and then I come home and work on FS19, and then I go to bed. It's almost, yeah. It's a horrible, it's not a horrible routine, but my life is very routine right now. That's my understanding as well, Gary. That's what's been explained about that particular charity. Okay, French Dispatch. I'll have to look that up. I think my absolute favorite Wes Anderson is the Grand Budapest Hotel. Love it. Too cool. I would love to watch Yellowstone. I do not keep cable at all. I haven't. I mean, okay, I have cable for my internet connection, but I haven't had cable TV service in well over 15 years. And I'm sure I could probably pick up some type of Paramount thing that would let me watch it, but that's just not in the cards at the moment. Another streaming service, anyway. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Bill Murray. That was good. I have to agree. But I love the Grand Budapest Hotel. Such a quirky movie with fantastic. Well, everything Wes Anderson does is quirky with fantastic characters. Wow, Ethan. 8 hours from the nearest hospital. You didn't even have like a village doctor or a clinic or anything? I will tell you though, too cool. I did look up Yellowstone, and it does look like a fantastic show. Definitely something that I want to watch. It's just going to take a little bit longer. I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to right now. Sunday, 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 Sunday. On Showtime, Dexter Returns. I think I talked about this on the Wednesday stream, but Dexter, great show. The last couple seasons kind of started to jump the shark a little bit, so it was good that they quit when they did, but I am excited to see what they do when it comes back. I'll know on Monday whether I'm going to follow through on that or not. Excuse me. Oh, 3 hours. My apologies. I only sit about 4 feet away from the monitor that has chat on it. I totally read that as 8 hours. I done went and got old. My bifocals don't focus from that far away. I see the three now, though. Well, FS22 comes out on the 22nd. What a concept. If it comes out on the 22nd, and today is, drumroll, the 5th, that means that we are 17 days away. Just over 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, Mervin. That would be a long drive. 3 hour drive on a broken or with a broken leg. Yeah, that would not be fun. That's the sad part, Gary. I literally just got new glasses about a month ago. Almost done with the soybeans, canola and soybeans, and then apparently I've got a cornfield to plant. Although I'm kind of thinking I might put a helper on that and see what other contracts I can pick up. Dude, dude, when you break a leg, you do not fool around, do you? Let's say I'm going to break a leg 3 hours away from anybody that can help me, and a kilometer away from. I'm going to have to like hobble back a kilometer to my house before I can even get in the car for the 3 hour drive to get the leg set. You are not mucking about. I will, Mervin. I actually will. I've got some video series that won't be wrapped up yet. And to be honest with you, I genuinely believe that a lot of people will stick with FS19 until the price drops on 22 and until the reviews start coming out on 22. Oh, that's a good point, Gary. That's a really good point. Yeah, interesting. Maybe we'll get it a few hours early. Now the Europeans hate North America, so they'd never let us have that leg up on them. Oh, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, okay, Ethan. I don't mean to poke fun at your expense. Just, it seemed like a funny situation at the time. Not funny, but you get it. Oh, yeah. Anybody who doesn't know, Ethan here is a real hardcore Australian cattle sheep rancher, guys. Big time. That's why we're talking about the movie Australia, because his ranch provided livestock for that movie. I would love to be that close to a movie sometime. That would be brilliant. All right, my fields are planted and spring. Well, spring is spring. Fold this bad boy up. If you were 7 or 8 years old, I mean, your leg healed up in like 4 days. So you were good to go. 7 year olds can do anything. That metabolism, that youthful growing metabolism is still kicking in hardcore. Oh yeah, you're golden. Alright. We don't want fertilizer because we don't want to use fertilizer on a contract. We do want more seeds though, but we've got to find the trigger, which is really tiny. Really small. There we go. I know I'm going to end up having to run back here for more seed at some point, but hey. Oh, no, I know, Ethan. I know it did. I'm just saying, when you're a kid, like, kids heal really fast. It's just me being my typical smart alecky self. Nothing personal. Smack me in the head if you want to. Well, it might be a road closed, but guess what? We don't care. We don't need no stinking road closures. All right, let's see how big. We need corn. We'll do a lap around this field and see how big it is. I'm probably going to put a helper on this. Wait a minute. That's field 14. Why is it not planting? Do we really have a broken field? Huh, this is interesting. Sowing corn. Hmm. Oh, yeah, you got to turn the sower on before it will plant the corn. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you. Oh, I told you guys it's been a stupid long week. Impossible to tell, Andrew. Genuinely impossible. I mean, I can easily say right now FS19, but only because I've got access to thousands, literally thousands of mods. Yeah, right, Gary? Right. Oh, man. It's been a long week. And FS19 feels very familiar and comfortable. But I'm definitely really interested. I'm definitely ready for some new things. Well, hello YouTube Kumar. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. I hope there's a YouTube Herald out there somewhere also, so we could at least have Harold and Kumar. The nice part is this is not taking much seed. What's the good word, Kumar? How are you doing, man? Where are you from? We like to do little check-ins. We've got Canada, the U.S., and Australia right now. And at least, well, there's got to be somebody from the UK. Have people in the UK woken up yet? They're like 7-hour difference, so it's probably still early in the morning for them. We might catch Mouse 2222 coming home from the pub later. Oh, I'm doing well. This is just Harv hanging out on a Friday night, having a few banquets, and it's just when I really get to play for fun and chit chat with you fine folks. Oh, outstanding! You might be the first person who's let us know you're from India. Very cool. Glad to have you with us. Thank you. We've kind of been talking about movies a little bit. One of my favorites, one of the great movies. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. It's Slumdog Millionaire. Fantastic movie. Yeah, Mouse does some really interesting stuff. He's a really good builder. And he's very casual about his channel. You know, it's not something he does seriously. Just, you know, something he does. He started doing videos for a few friends and it started to take off. I think if he ever took it seriously, he'd have a pretty sizable subscriber base. He's not that far from being monetized. Diwali, huh? Interesting. Very cool. This is a pretty sizable field, guys. We're not doing all of this. I think I'm going to do one more headland around and then put a helper on it and be done. Not done with the stream. Done planting corn. And then I'll go find some other contracts to muck around with. Oh, well, if Wikipedia says so. One thing that's going back to the questions about FS22, one of the things about 22 that's really interesting to me, and I'm sure it is to a lot of players, is the fact that it will do crossplay. Now, I've kind of always argued against crossplay when it came to first person shooters, PvP, um, simply because I don't feel like the playing fields are quite evenly matched. But I think on something like Farm Sim and multi-platforming could be really, really cool. No, just me sighing out loud. 54 Bear, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you dropping into it to let me know those are helping you out, man. They're kind of my claim to fame, I'll be honest. They really are. You're in good company because a lot of people here have started the same way you are, so I really appreciate it when I hear from you guys and know that something I've done has well, helped you guys get into a game that I absolutely adore myself, so I think it's kind of something I got from my mom. I like helping people. And she always worked for the Salvation Army. She was very much about helping others, so. Definitely no water. The only thing I'm drinking was brewed in Golden, Colorado. Believe it or not, there are more tutorials that I would still like to do for FS19. And I will probably get around to it some. I really think that FS19 is still going to be pretty strong for about 2 more years. Oh, outstanding, Pyro Jeff. That was no exaggeration, by the way. The 30 top mods I can't live without. That's an absolute I do. I'm not going to say everyone. Oh, good to know. 54 bear. Yeah, and that's one that's been requested by me frequently actually, is that I do a landscaping tutorial. It's been hard. I have looked into doing one, and it's difficult because, I can tell you what the controls do and kind of show you how they react to the map and stuff like that, but really it's more turn off autosave, get in there, and just start mucking about with the bloody landscape until you figure out what they do, because it's almost different every time. Oh, outstanding, Jeff. Yeah, you do get spoiled by mods, I'll tell you. Especially, one of the things that I think farm sim in general is lacking, and that the modders make up for, is stuff like this. This old school equipment that you're never going to get from Giants, because they have contracts with Case and John Deere and Fendt and all of those guys. And so, you know, I'm sure that the manufacturers who pay Giants to be part of the game want to show off the latest and greatest. It's an advertisement for them. They don't want to advertise something that's 40 years old or 50 years old. They want to advertise the slick new farm machinery that they have available to them now. Well, that's all well and good, but the old stuff just rocks, man. Um, Good luck on that, Gary. I think I even said in my reversing video, just don't even try. Forget about it. I can do it, but it is so tedious. It's almost not worth it. Just find a way to, set yourself up a nice little space where you can just drive into it and pull out of it without having to back in. Because trying to back up a set of doubles with a dolly in between or something like that, unless you have thousands of hours of practice, and I know if Bex were here, and if you don't know who Bex is, she's actually an Aussie modder who has done a few things to help me out. A very nice lady. But she's also been a truck driver for decades, and she can back up a set of doubles with dolly in between. Yeah, I don't have the patience for it. All right, Mervin, take care, man. Good to have you with us for a while. Appreciate you dropping in. All right, this should give a helper plenty of room to turn around. And yes, I know he doesn't have enough seed to get through this, but that's his problem, not mine. We're going to go see what other trouble we can get up to. Oh, well, Jeff, you and Bex would get along. And when I say Bex can do it, I'm talking about real world also. Oh, there you well, Harley can do it. Oh, and it's fine, Andrew. We understand. People pop in and drop out, and all that stuff. This is Friday night casual, man. Total casual. That's kind of where I'm at, Harley. I can do it. Um, it will take me several tries, and I definitely won't get it done on the first attempt. But I can do it if I really want to. But to actually try to make somebody sit there and watch me go through that, that really wouldn't even be fair to them. That's the truth of it. Really, Mr. Helper, you're going to run at an 185 degree. I mean, I genuinely appreciate multi-terrain angle and all that, but I don't need you to run a 185 degree course. I guess if we've got to have you right at 180, we'll get you right at 180. Because we wouldn't want you to do anything else. Okay. Oh, well, Jeff. Too cool. I was just about to say, too cool. Too cool does the same thing. If you're talking about UPS, you've got a brother in arms right here with us. Alright, do we have anything? I'm not doing a transport contract. No, not doing that. I've got a big, fat field 7. Wheat, 30 acres. That's not bad. Soybeans. Field 17. 32.6. Oh, what's field 36 here? Barley. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Where's field 36? All the way out in the snow. It's right there, actually. So we're going to visit this. We're going to run over to field 36, which is should be just this field right here. We're going to get our store deliveries mod set right about there. Going to go back in, look at our contracts again, like so. 24,000. Oh, that doesn't help because United Package Smashers. Okay, where's my tractor at? Not you. Oh, I freaking did it wrong. Okay, we're gonna cancel that. Oops. Yeah. Failed, blah, blah, blah. Field 35 with wheat. I accepted the contract. I should have borrowed items. Field 17 with soybeans. That looks field 7 with wheat. That looks pretty good. Where's field 7? It's got to be up north near us. Oh yeah, it's right there. Outstanding. Okay. So oops, wrong menu. This menu. Borrow items, Harv. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to work. I love it when these guys deliver right to the farm. You're not going to get a sharp turn out of this beast. There we go. There we go. Hey, Sins, how you doing, bud? Farming Sins, welcome to the stream. Anybody who doesn't know Farming Sins, he is another YouTuber, has his own YouTube channel. You might want to check him out sometime. We are doing wheat on field 7, right down the road. Okay, not exactly right down the road, but who cares? We need the money. Badly. See you, Andrew. Have a good night, man. Take care. Yeah, good to see you too, man. Hey, don't send that train right now. I'm coming through. My tractor has priority over all things. Stay out of my way. Or something. This is a whopper of a field and a whopper of a seeder, so hopefully it won't take nearly as long as it seems like. Although I'm under the sneaking suspicion that this tractor is a little bit weak for this big planter. There is a lot going on, Harley, right? There is a lot going on at the same time, or in you know. I see your point. This would almost be better served as a 16 times, and I think it's the border. But I love the idea of the border crossing, the Canadian-U.S. border crossing. I think that's a brilliant move. But I see your point where it does get smaller than what it should be. I can't believe I'm struggling this hard to pull this thing. But that's kind of the nature of contracts and borrowed equipment sometimes, it seems like. Yeah, it was the whole Canadian US border that kind of sold me on it from the beginning. You can't have a McDonald's 20 feet away from a Wendy's. I mean, I don't know where where you're from, but in the States, you definitely, I mean, when I moved out of Indiana, literally right across the street from each other, there was a Burger King and a Wendy's facing each other, and then about 200 yards away was an Arby's, and about 300 yards away was a Domino's Pizza, and a Starbucks was stuck in between there as well. Oh, and there was a McDonald's right there, almost directly. It was directly next to Starbucks, and maybe 500 yards away from the Burger King. Yeah, in the States, the fast food restaurants all kind of just plop down in the same place and go, let people choose what they want. It's a real thing, man. But, you know, that's all us fat lazy Americans subsist on is cheeseburgers and french fries from fast food restaurants. No, I know, Harley. I know. I know. They are very close. You're absolutely right about that. Oh, okay, Harley. You know, it's funny, Harley. It's and you have probably said this before, and I've probably said this before, but for some reason, I have you in the UK. In my head, Harley's from the UK. I will remember from this day forward that you were in Washington. You're not that far from me, actually. I'm in Nevada. That's right, Bear. That's absolutely right. Because French fries are truly manna from heaven. Cincinnati, Jeff. Are you a big fan of Kings Island? Well, hiya, buddy, yourself. Great name, by the way. You can't say hi to you without saying hiya, buddy. Thank you so much for dropping in to let me know that those videos helped you out, man. I'll be honest, they're kind of my claim to fame these days, and it always makes me pleased when you guys drop in and let me know that they worked out for you. So outstanding. Glad to hear that. Hopefully, we'll be able to continue to create more edit or tutorial type content, especially with FS22 coming up. Come on, John Deere. I mean, it's not all that big of a hill. Oh, nice, dude. I take it you have a channel as well then. Very cool. Man, what happened here? We just lagged out all of us. Like John Deere said, man, I'm going up a half a degree slope, and I just can't do it. You and me both, Jeff. I grew up going to Kings Island, and I remember when the Beast was new. Absolutely, brother. I'm from Indiana originally. I grew up in Indiana. Oh, look at that. Since moved to southern Ohio, mid southern Ohio, Columbus. Almost sounds like you might be going to Ohio State farming sins. Yeah, we were about 4.5 hours from Cincinnati and Kings Island. Every few years we would take a summer trip down there. It was fantastic. I do, Ethan. I really do need a Fent. Maybe we get through this first harvest in fall. Maybe that'll bring in enough money for a Fent. Maybe these contracts will bring in enough money for a Fent. 'Cause I think the farmer that wanted me to do this contract gave me a tractor that wasn't quite up to the task. Well, thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much. Well, if you were up in the Cleveland area, I would have expected you to be going to oh, what's the big Cedar Point? Was it Cedar Point up there? It was the big amusement park in northern Ohio. Pretty sure that was Cedar Point. Yeah, we've done some overnights at the hotel at Kings Island, stuff like that, especially when I was younger. I haven't been in a few decades now, to be honest, but when we were younger, yeah, we were there frequently. How's Stephen Murray doing on a Friday night or Saturday morning, depending on where you are in the. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jeff. Toledo also has Tony Paco's Hungarian hot dogs. If you've never been, I do recommend it. And if anybody remembers what made Tony Paco's famous, you get 50 Harv's points. I don't know what Harv points are, but you get 50 of them. Oh, there you go, Steven. That's right. You're an Aussie too. That's right. We've had quite the contingent from your neck of the world today. Ethan. There's actually a guy who's followed my channel for a while who just calls himself Aussie, Auzze. He was in early. Mervin. That's right, Jeff. Jeff is apparently we're in the same ballpark age wise. I'm sure we grew up about the same era because yeah, Kings Island, Beast opening. You know the quirkiness of MASH. Since I grew up in Lafayette, Indiana, home of Purdue University, spent most of my life there, but I did live for about 15 years in Idaho, and right now I'm living in Nevada. Hey, sometimes that's enough, buddy. I mean, I had thin crust frozen pizza for dinner, dressed up, of course, because you have to add your own toppings and stuff. A couple slices of that, some good company. That would be you guys, by the way, and a little bit of good stuff, relatively on tap. Oh, MASH was kind of a worldwide phenomenon. It was good stuff. I don't remember the Smurfs boat ride. They used to have a fantastic log flume, though. We used to get on the log flume, and we would set up so that we would try to get the perfect kind of weight, um, so that when you go down the final plunge or whatever you want to call it, um, the nose of the boat would dive into the water. We make the biggest splash. Well, thank you, buddy. But no, I don't have any children that I'm aware of. Let's phrase it that way. I will tell you. in the real world, when I'm not putting myself out to the entire world, I can be about as crude and vulgar as anybody you can imagine. Believe it or not. But one thing that I've told a lot of my the guys who help me on stream and stuff like that, most of them get it, but sometimes they don't, which is fine. I don't expect everybody to understand. But they're like, "Oh, I hope I don't slip up," and I'm like, "It's kind of important. We it's important to me that this remain family friendly, because one of my favorite things is when I hear from fathers who talk about how they're playing the game with their sons. Now that might sound a little cheesy or whatever, but it really kind of gets to me that fathers and sons, or even fathers and daughters or whatever, are playing this game together. And I love those little stories. And I want to make sure that the content that I provide is accessible to all of them without having to have parental monitoring or other. Anyway, that's something that I take into consideration. And honestly, if my mom were watching the stream, she could watch the stream without being offended. So, so and what I tell the guys who help me out sometimes is simply, no one is ever going to be upset with you for not swearing. No one's ever going to take offense to the fact that you didn't swear. But you drop one F bomb or S bomb or even sometimes less words than that, and somebody's going to be offended. So keep that in mind. Thailand. Wow. We're getting all kinds of firsts tonight. I need to keep these Friday streams up because we get so many great people from all over the world. And I really apologize, my friend. Let me Pongsakorn Sukadeka. Pongsakorn Sukadeka. I hope I am not butchering that. But welcome to Harv's World. Glad to have you watching the stream with us from Thailand. Thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah, that's fantastic. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Jeff. People who can play with their kids. It's important to spend time with your kids. I'm not a dad, and I'm not going to be preachy about what parents should and shouldn't do and you guys should be doing. No, that's BS. Screw that. I'm not doing that. That's not my point. I'm just saying I don't know. I find it a good, wholesome, great thing. Parents, technology has come together or come far enough now that, you know, you can use it to connect with the children in your life, and it does make their experience that much better. And on that note, I'm going to keep this helper working on this field, and you guys can watch him for just a few minutes. I'll be back as quick as possible, but I really do need to grab a drink, so I'll be right back. Welcome to the stream, Simon Cavanaugh Motors. Very cool. Good to have you with us. Thanks for dropping in. I will be right back, guys. Did I forget to turn off my helpers buying seed? Yes, I did. Oh my gosh. That's going to cost me a bloody fortune. Oops. Oh, there we go. He's probably been buying fertilizer the whole time, too. Oh my gosh. You guys are sitting there watching my watching my money go down because I'm a tool. Oops. It's Friday Night Casual. Hey Simon, this is Red River Valley. It should be in the comment or the stream title. You got to see Harv's big muck up. Now I got to go see what my other guy's doing. Where was he at? Somewhere down. Oh, he's doing all right. He's probably completely full of seed. It's not gonna let me switch in. There we go. Yeah, look at that. He's still 60% full. Oops. He'll be all right. We'll be all right. Are we getting anything else that even remotely resembles a decent contract here? Nope. Let's kick some new... Oh, we've got fertilizing contracts. Look at that. That's what I was really looking for. I'm going to accept all the fertilizer contracts. Fertilizing is a great, great way to make extra money. All right, Gary, and if I don't see you on Sunday, bud, have a happy birthday, man. You take care, my friend. Now, when it comes to fertilizer spreaders, this right here is my favorite. The Horsch 10,000. It's only 51,000 too, and it holds 10,000 liters. I love this thing. If I bought that right now, it would show it back at the farm. That's probably a good thing. And it's 36 meters wide. That's one of the things I love about it. As strange as it may sound, I'm going to buy that outright. And, I've got a tractor back there that can pull this thing. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. So my farm is all the way up north. That's not it. I guess I already had a fertilizer spreader. Duh. Oh well. Now I've got the good one. The big gun. That's probably going to do it for purchasing equipment. About everything else will be leased from this point forward. Alright. Cost me a fortune in fertilizer. Jersey Jankowski. Jello. Or hello. Jello. How are you doing, Jersey? What's the good word, my friend? Now, if you guys haven't played Seasons before, and I am playing Seasons on this map, for better or worse, contracts are your bread and butter. Yeah, probably, Steven. Probably. I can't remember every word that comes out of my mouth. There are probably people saying you should stop saying so much and then you might be able to remember it. $20,000 for fertilizer. Man, that's expensive. Okay, where am I going? Looks like 21 is my closest. That's a bit of a drive, but we'll get there. We got to go back into the States for that one. Alright. Oh, probably. I'm sure I did. Oh! Crash cam. Crash counter. That was one. That's not bad. I've been playing for 2 hours and one crash so far. I'll take that. Yeah, technically I probably didn't really need two fertilizer spreaders. The difference between the Bridal and this will only do fertilizer. The Bridal will do lime and fertilizer. So the Bridal is pretty much going to be my lime spreader. This will be for fertilizer. I don't know about you guys, but I find it kind of tedious to swap back and forth anyway. Hey, USA, open up that border. I'm coming through. There you go. Oh, I'm totally off the mark. I've gone way too far south. I guess I better turn around. Was there a crossroad? I thought I was looking for a crossroad, but then I didn't see one. Oh, that's why. Because the border crossing is in the way. That's what got all janky on me. Here, we're going to do this. We're going to sneak into Canada. Like so. I know, right? Bloody river in the way. That appears to be your Canadian John Deere dealership right there. Come on. It's Red River Valley. That looks more like Brown Sludge River Valley. Okay. That's our field right there. Now I can make back, 10% of what my helpers spent on seed and fertilizer. Thank you, helpers. No, that was my fault. I forgot to turn those off. It's been a while. This is kind of the downside of playing seasons, though, is that you really only make your real money once a year. The rest of the time, you have to rely on everybody else to provide you with funds. Unless you do little things like, flipping fields, and I never really got into the field flipping thing. But hey, it's your game. Play it your way. Just field flipping always felt a little bit too cheaty for me. But again, I don't care how you play. That's just my preference. But now you can kind of see why I like this fertilizer spreader so much. Look at the spread on this thing. Oh, so what's everybody up to this weekend? You guys doing anything interesting, fun? Yeah, that's exactly right, Steven. That's field flipping. You buy a field that has a crop on it that's ready to harvest. Well, and that really wouldn't work with seasons either, although you could do that in the fall and make a lot of extra money. But yeah, you buy the field, harvest the crop and sell it, and then sell the field back because the field price never changes. So you're not out any money on the purchase. And who in their right mind and realistically would allow you to do that? Like, oh yeah, there's $100,000 worth of crop on my field. I'll sell it to you, and then I'll buy it right back from you once you've taken the $100,000 worth of crop off my field. Overland Gaming, FS19, FS22. How are you doing, man? I have a sneaking suspicion you're probably a content creator on YouTube as well. Welcome to Harv's World. Glad to have you with us, man. Buying meat cattle at 2,500 and selling for 5 grand. Oh, that's a new one on me, Harley. Do tell. That's got to be map specific. Surely that's not base game, right? Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, you're right. You're right. With seasons on. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I don't have any big plans for the weekend either. You're kind of looking at my plans for the weekend. I'll probably work on PV Uncharted for a little while tomorrow, get that ready for the stream on Sunday with the fellas, Caveman and Sharko. Yeah, seasons, right. Oh, okay, you're a Twitch guy. I looked at Twitch for a while and I kind of said, I've already got an audience built on YouTube, so why would I switch over? But they're both respectable platforms. I'm more of a video creator. Streaming is what I do for casual. I think Twitch definitely has a leg up for the streamers, the full-time streamers, but I casual stream. I won't say I'm the best streamer that ever was. I'm not, but it's not my goal. It really isn't. It's just I stream so that I have a chance to play a little bit for fun, and so that I have a chance to just um, really have a chance to connect with you guys. That's what I get out of streaming, is just a chance to talk to the people who have followed my channel and check in and stuff like that. Get to know you guys a little bit. Yeah, yeah, Steven, you can do both. In fact, you can even upload your content from Twitch to YouTube, but there are certain stipulations, as I recall. I don't think, I think there's either a 24 or a 48-hour cooldown period between your Twitch content and uploading it to YouTube, stuff like that. But yeah, it's very possible to do both. And as far as the streams go, it's just sorting out when, what, where, why, and how, following a few extra rules. Well, if you're just getting started, man, I do wish you the absolute best of luck. Um, the only thing that I can say, and I don't know that you're looking for advice, but I'll throw my 2 cents out there anyway. Not that I consider myself a complete professional or anything, but what I have learned personally in the last year and a half is that it's a lot of hard work, my friend. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it, but it is hard work. All right, too cool. All right, lunchtime. I hope you're having something good. Did your wife pack your lunch, or do you take care of the whole thing? Oh, look at that. We're all done on 21. Outstanding. Okay, there's one. 13 grand coming in. We need to go to 33 and 35. Oh, good. 33 is just down the road from us. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, that's completely fair. I think a lot of us got into this just, to keep busy, and we're playing the game anyway, so why not see what else we can do with it? Make a few videos, stuff like that. That's what I did. I was looking for work, and to be honest, COVID hit. It was really hard to find a job, and I needed something to keep me busy, and I was playing the crap out of the game anyway. And I said, well, let's throw some videos up. And I'll tell you what, the first video I ever posted, man, it was one of the most nerve-wracking things I ever did. Just because. Open the border. And Harley, I think this is really where it gets, what you were talking about, where it's crowded. Like, you've got all these border crossings, and they seem really close together, and it does get a little claustrophobic, doesn't it? I see your point now, I really do. Hmm. All right, you have to tell me what caldo is because I genuinely don't know what that means. Oh yeah, absolutely, Stephen. Absolutely. Keep in mind though that those guys are writing that off on their taxes. All those are tax write-offs for them. All right, fertilizer job number 2. While we've got 2 other contracts working, one's planting corn, the other's planting wheat. Oh, there you go, dude. Yeah, absolutely. If you're home, looking out for the kids, and they're probably in bed at that point in time, so you got some extra time on your hands, why not? If you're going to be setting up playing anyway, why not hit that, go live button and see what happens? And yeah, Steven, I've seen those big setups. I know a guy, a personal friend of mine, who decided to start streaming on Twitch, and he does it just for fun. He's got a very good job. Um, Younger guy, but he's also one of those guys who thinks that you have to have the biggest and best of everything. He's more impressed with his setup than he is the actual necessarily the content of the stuff that he does. So, um, he's got the whole green screen and the camera set up and all of that stuff, and I'm like, well, good for you, man. You go ahead and do that. I get on here to play the game. I'm not a front of the camera kind of guy. I'm more of a just I like to make my videos and and just chit chat. I'll tell you a little secret. This is the absolute truth. I am new here in Nevada. I don't really know anybody here at the moment. And I don't drink a lot or anything like that. So don't take this the wrong way. But I do like to have a drink once in a while and relax a little bit. But I don't want to do it alone. But I don't really have anybody to go out with right now. And so, man, that train is loud. And so I can jump on here and chat with you folks and have a banquet or two, and I don't have to feel like I'm doing it alone. So it all works out. Shank steak with potatoes and carrots poured over rice, and oh, dude, stop it. Tell your wife to make me a pot of that and ship it. That sounds good. Skip the lime, not my thing, but nice, Overland. Hey, I'll tell you what, when I started making videos, and I get comments about this sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? Deal with it. But people are like, I can hear every breath you take, and I can hear your lips smacking, and it's my OCD is kicking in, and I'm like, tough. My first videos were made on a gaming headset with a microphone right up against my mouth. Horrible sound quality. That was the first upgrade I did, was to buy a decent microphone. Not because of those comments, but just because I wanted the quality to be better. Absolutely, dude. Well, I live in Nevada, so we can meet in Reno and go have a few drinks and relax and play some craps or something. Yeah, that works for me. Too cool, absolutely. Yeah, I kind of did that today, actually, Overland. Um, I post my videos to, um, or link them to Steam, especially the tutorials, and I link them as tutorials. And I've gotten a couple comments where people are like, well, a written guide would be so much better, and blah, blah, blah. And I finally just said, yeah, well, you know what? I'm a video content creator. I create videos. Um, but I wish you the best of luck finding people who write written guides on the topics that I'm covering. I said, if that's what you're looking for, then be my guest. Go find it. But I don't have time to record videos, do all the editing, and what we'll call post processing, get them posted, answer, reply to comments, the whole 9 yards, and sit down and take all of that content that I've already made a video on and turn it into a written guide as well. I'm like, good luck, have fun. Yeah, right, Pyro? Absolutely. Absolutely. See what you did, too cool. That wasn't too cool, too cool. Create or load a track? What are you talking about? We don't need no stinking oh, I pushed the wrong button. That's what it was. That's what I'm talking about, Overland. That's what I'm talking about. I've got mine sitting right here. When I stepped away for a few minutes, that's what I was going to get. A couple more banquets. Keep me going. Oh, it's getting late in the day here. We're at almost 8 o'clock. Well, on the whole, I don't think I'm doing too bad so far getting started in seasons. We're going to finish up spring today. What did I start off with? Like 1.25 million. Both my cedar helpers have stopped. 1.25 million. And I still have almost 300,000. I've got some okay equipment. If I can get this fertilizer contract done, I'll go refill my seeders and get them working again. Bradley Smith from Alabama, how you doing, my friend? Well, thank you, Bradley. Thank you so much, man. It's not what I'm doing. I'm just putting the message out. It's what you guys have been doing. The response from the subscribers and members has been outstanding, to say the least. Absolutely outstanding. In just over 2 weeks, we've raised over $600 to help families in need. And I have personally said that I will cover the first $100 that YouTube takes. So, you know, YouTube takes about 30% of donations. The best way to donate, if you're interested, and of course there's no obligation, is to donate through my link in the channel or in the video description. To it's a Streamlabs link. But that bypasses YouTube and goes straight in, and it's only it drops from about 30% to YouTube to about maybe 1.5% to 2% to PayPal. So, oh well, you know, there'll be plenty of time. Too cool. We've got. I personally can't read what that says. There we go. 33 is done. All right, you stop right there. Stop it. Now I got to go get my other tractors and get them refilled and working again. We got about 32, 35 days, something like that. Overland, do I cringe at potato harvesting? Well, if you watched my early videos, and that was Pacific Northwest, born in Idaho, man, I was a very new player to FS19, and I brilliantly that was the very first potato contract I had ever done. I had limited experience with mods, and it just about killed me. It was awful. But these days, now that I know a little bit more about mods and have a few more options, potatoes aren't quite as bad. Hey, thanks, Bradley. You have a good night too, bud. Have some sleep for me. God knows I've been losing plenty of it lately. I hope we end up ahead on this seed that we're spending money on. Oh, you have to tell me about the Spudrick potato pack. Now, I'll tell you, I have some great sugar beet potato and multi-root crop harvesters from CAS 64 that really take the pain out of any type of root crop harvest. They really do. They're Spudrick potato pack. Okay. I'm going to write that down because I'm always looking for new and interesting stuff to use. Do you know who makes it? It has to pass the caveman test too. Yeah, you should. Yeah, unless YouTube prevents you from doing it, it'll be all right. We don't have any mods in tonight, so it's all kind of fair game. I won't be offended.
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
Uh-oh, income. Too cool. Dude. Thank you so much, my friend. That is very, very generous of you. $50 from Too Cool. Hashtag Too Cool, everybody. Give him a big shout out. Dude, thank you so much. There are many, many families out there who will be very grateful to your generosity. Okay, sounds good, Overland. No worries. Oh, where was that John Deere planter? Way out in the sticks somewhere? Oh, he was over here. Okay. Not that far away. Both of these seeding contracts are almost done. So this guy I'm not going to fill up all the way because he's going back. The other one is mine, so I get to keep that. This guy? No. Yeah, absolutely. Too cool. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. And actually, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, before I drive over there, here's where we stand at the moment. Because all these people deserve recognition. So far, donations have come from Easy Rider Sharko, Farming Sins, who was in earlier, Mr. Swede, Kyle Krems, Rob, Tom Ford, Dustin S., who's been extremely generous, Gary Robertson, Caveman, City Look Sweden, JD97, Matt, Firefighting Farmer, Kyle, Easy Rider again, JD97, Dustin again, Tom Ford, Easy Rider, Dustin, and Merwin has kicked in. So, and now we've got Too Cool. And I do write all you guys down, obviously, or I wouldn't be able to read this off. And hopefully, when I make these donations, I could credit you guys when I send these in as well. So keep your fingers crossed. Well, thank you, Too Cool. Nah, it's you guys. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. That's the honest truth of it. You guys are what makes Harv's World. I'm just some schmuck sitting in front of a microphone running his mouth too much sometimes. I'm just a guy with gray hair and a beard who makes videos. Who wants to have a beer or two on a Friday night and makes you guys suffer through it with him. Because he doesn't have anybody to hang out with at the moment. Yeah, that'll correct itself soon enough. There's the fill trigger. Well, Farming Sins, thank you so much, bud. Thank you very, very much. Very generous of you. Big hashtag shout out to Farming Sins, everybody. And remember, he's got a channel also. So if you want to check out other Farming Simulator content,
Outstanding.
give him a look.
Absolutely outstanding.
It is absolutely outstanding. You guys are amazing. Yeah, Bear, that's true. I do still have hair. I'll tell you what, there's kind of a little bit of a funny story about that. My dad and my brother, both, bald as cue balls. When my dad was still alive, he and my brother are practically twins anyway, but my dad was bald as a cue ball. My brother went bald really early, and I have every bit of hair that I had when I was in high school. And I'm pretty sure they both hated me for it. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, straighten it, and that's better. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. I will check that out. Probably not tonight, tomorrow sometime. I'll let you know. I don't even remember what bloody field I was on. What bloody field was I on, guys? Anybody know? I don't know. Somewhere around here. There it was. 7. This one. And I don't know if they're watching, because I never know for sure, but Renee Gade has subscribed to Harv's World. Welcome to Harv's World. Glad to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining up. Very much appreciate it. Is that why they call you Bear? That's the obvious question right now, isn't it? Helper I has completed their task. Really? Oh, oh, I'm looking at the wrong bloody thing. Oh, because that had fertilizer on it. Yeah, that's what I'm missing. Black Fly Grapefruit Vodka. That sounds like a Greyhound in a bottle. Where did this bloody helper quit? Alright, we're going to have to do this the hard way. I thought so. Oh, I see it now. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Have another one, Harv. I think I bought too much seed for this guy, but yeah, we'll make do. There's the end of his row right there. I'm gonna blame it's getting dark. It's getting dark. I can't see everything like I should be able to. Oh, well, come on, Mr. Helper. Oh. It helps if you push the right button. Man, it's been a long week, guys. It's been a really, really long week. We finished that fertilizer contract, so that's another 15 grand. Very nice. And we got to get down to field 35, which is way, oh, right here. 35 is actually, if you start this on New Farmer, field 35 is one of your starting fields. Now, where did I leave my tractor at? There he is. Yeah, I figured. But you were talking about grapefruit vodka. A Greyhound is vodka and grapefruit juice. Oh, well, that didn't take long. So contract on field 14 is finished. Which one is that one? Who cares? It's almost $23,000. We'll take it. Okay, that was my tractor, so I have to go pick that up at some point. But right now, no, I think it's this field right over here. I live in the U.S. of A. For better or worse, I'm an American. And if you really want to be specific, I live in Nevada. Nevada, U.S. of A. We've had some really interesting people joining us tonight. We've had Thailand. That might be a first. India. Outstanding. Obviously, lots of Australians. We've had Canada, United States. Which one am I missing, guys? Because there was one other one that was fairly unique. Ontario, very nice. Sins is in the U.S. Where are you from, Simon? And are you going to try to sell me a used car? Because honestly, Simon Kavanaugh Motors sounds like you might be in the car business. I will be in the market for a car, but not for a couple more years. Oh yeah, yeah. We regularly have Sweden, Mr. Swede, and City Look Sweden. Um, there's a couple of people who don't follow the streams, but they do comment on videos that are from Scandinavia also. Well, I was thinking of tonight. I know there was Thailand, there was India, but I want to say there was one other place. I might be wrong though. Yeah, am I wrong about that, guys? Isn't vodka and greyhound juice a? It's called or vodka and greyhound juice. Here, squeeze your greyhound and get the most out of him. No, vodka and grapefruit juice. That's called a greyhound, right? Oh, very cool, Simon. Very cool. Yeah, we've got a few folks who drop in and join us from Ireland from time to time. Very nice. In fact, I've been doing this series on Scandinavia, or on Vikings, Scandinavia in general, but the focus is really Vikings. I'm just starting to get into them. One of the interesting fun facts that I've learned during that is that Dublin, Ireland, was founded by Scandinavian Vikings. I found that very, very interesting. Those guys got around, man. The Vikings were all over the bloody world. You think of them in Scandinavia, but their little ships got them bloody everywhere. Can you guys see anything at all? I could switch the time a little bit to bring the light up. If it's too dark, let me know. Hopefully I'll get these. I've got the two. This is my last fertilizer contract. I've got one seeding contract still going. That's my big goal right now is to get these or the last of the contracts. That'll be 5. We'll have completed 5 contracts pretty quickly. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Cool. I was pretty sure about that. Let me just see what I can adjust here. I know I can turn this up a little bit. Let's try 200% brightness. That's a little better, but still not great, is it? 300%. Oh, that's field 7 finished. That's probably my other seeding contract. Yes. So there's another 22 grand. Very nice. Well, technically, I do have Easy Dev Control installed, so I could set the time to any time that I want to, but I don't want to mess with my seasons. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was bumping up the brightness in advanced in additional settings. Plowing one night dark and tractor lights weren't that best, so I was judging the position of the house light, and then another light turned on, and yeah, I could totally see that. That's something I would totally do. Like, a new light pops up, and you mistake it for the one that you really want, and all of a sudden, you're out in the middle of nowhere and don't even know where you're at. Beck's Deutz tractor lights up half the map. I can believe that. I always said if you're going for Beck's mods, and Beck's should just have a tagline: Beck's mods, bigger, better, faster, more. Simon, I stream. My normal streams are on Sunday and Wednesday. Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Friday night stream, it's hit or miss. I call it an impromptu stream because I'm never sure if I'm going to do it or not. It's just something I do when I get restless, a little bit bored, want to have a drink and hang out with you guys. Oh, yeah, sure. There's only one problem with that. Well, I guess I could change it to Erlangrant because that's a base game map. You can actually change it to any map lighting that you want as long as that map is installed in the same mod folder. Just, it's bad practice to keep more than one map in a mod folder. So I don't do that anymore. But yeah, I could switch to Erlangrant. I didn't think about that. Oh no, I realized that was in real life, Ethan. Yeah, and I can just I'm literally picturing it in my head. All of a sudden, the light kicks on. You know, you're driving toward the house light, and you turn around and come back, and there was a new light that turned on, and now you're driving toward the wrong light. And I can that is totally something I would do. Like absolutely, it would be hilarious. Burn. 3 fields, and I've not had to refill this fertilizer spreader. Actually, I didn't spread it either. You can actually spread the tracks on this. I have never played Erlangrant. Let's see what. Let's just take a look at that since you're bringing it up. So I've got to find this because I haven't looked at it in quite some time. Birds off, auto start on. Custom lighting. So in the additional settings mod, custom lighting, you can pick what map you want the lighting to be similar to, or it will pick which map you use the lighting from. And so, whoa, like that's all blue now. Erlengrad is apparently very, very blue at night. That's really not going to fly at the moment, but it was a good suggestion. It will use the default, which is what's built into the map. One of the ones that I really like, and I should start installing it, is Chellington Valley. Chellington Valley has really, really good lighting on it. And Oxygen David, who's the mod maker for that, does a really good job. I know he puts a lot of effort into his lighting. And so if you're using additional game settings mod and you want to pick the Chellington Valley map if it's installed, you can. In any map that you like the lighting on, you could put it in the same folder as the game you're playing, and use that lighting on your current map instead of the one that comes with the map. Oh, that's probably what it was. I had my brightness up to 300% and then switched over the lighting. Yeah, I was probably screwing it up. Alright, just for the sake of seeing how that all plays out, if we turn the brightness back to 100%, and then we go to Erlengrat, it's still very, very blue, dude. Very, very blue. I'm not entirely sure custom lighting is working and playing well with this particular map. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. It's good. It's good. It's good. There we go, pushing the 3 hour. I actually end up streaming longer on Friday nights too. Probably because it's more casual. PV Uncharted, there's so much stuff to manage. We have so many factories. The time doesn't pass by quite as quickly on PV Uncharted as it does on the Friday night casuals. Oh, come on. This contract has to finish up here. This is like the last little bit that I have to do. Well, Zalisa, thank you so much. Thank you for saying so. I'm glad to have you with us. I'm glad you could catch a stream too. I'm not honestly sure how much longer I'm going to be going, but good of you to join us, honestly. Okay, so there's another 20 grand basically. Oh, look at that. We got some more fertilizer contracts popping in there. Woohoo! I'm going to accept all of them. Oh, as I sit here just, burning fertilizer because I can afford to waste that money. Come on, Choo Choo. You're in my way now. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the videos, Elisa. Thank you so much for dropping in to say so. You're the reason I do them. Well, I do them because I enjoy doing them, but gotta wait for this long bloody train. Can I go home now? It's late. Parents, do you know where your tractors are? Well, guys, we got through spring. Next up will be summer. First day of summer. Crops are on our fields. Made some very respectable money on some contracts, which we really needed because we were getting down there. Back up to $362,000. Even though I get, oh, crash counter, crash number 2. Wow. Yeah, it's getting late because I can't even drive a straight line. Mostly because, this is what I do. I start reading chat and trying to drive at the same time, and it never works and plays well together. Helped me a lot. I am late to the game. I just bought FS19 a few days ago. I've been learning a lot from your tutorials. Well, thank you, Zalisa. Thank you very much for saying so. I always appreciate it when people drop by just to let me know that my videos have been helping them out. That means a lot to me. It really does. And if you ever have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. My Discord is a great place to ask questions also. A lot of the folks in Discord started out exactly the same way that you are right now, and a lot of them can actually at this point answer your questions as well as I can, if not better. So yeah, please don't be shy. Welcome to the Harvest World community. Anything we can do to help you out, we will. And I'll tell you, you mentioned community in general, Overland, and I have to say the farm sim community in general is such a casual, welcoming community. It's not like a lot of those games where you get the hardcore gamers who are out to beat everybody and everybody's a noob, and I don't have any time for noobs. Noobs are nothing but contemptible, and that kind of cheesy, childish ridiculousness. That's not the farm sim community in general. The farm sim community really, really does embrace the people who enjoy the game the way that they do. Nope, didn't really need that ridge marker there, but what the heck. It's 6:57 in the morning for you. It is midnight for me, 11:58 p.m. Just about to turn the corner on what's been a very long week and head into the weekend officially. I'm going to get my second tractor back to the farm. Made some good progress today, like I said, and I think that's pretty much going to do it for us, guys. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I don't know about you, but a whole lot of working, a whole lot of farming, and some fantastic conversation. Yeah, Sins is he's back on the Eastern time zone, so he stays up all night apparently. Oh, absolutely, Overland. I was saying earlier, I'm not big on the PvP scene or anything like that. That's one of the big reasons. There's just too many trash talking fools, and I have no tolerance for it anymore. Like if that's all you got, then just go away, little boy, little girl, whomever. No, you've been up since 5 p.m., man. How do you survive? Anyway, guys, I really, really do appreciate you hanging out with me this evening. It's been fun. Be back on Sunday with PV Uncharted, me, Caveman, and whoever decides to join us. As always, I appreciate you coming along for the ride, and until next time, you all take care.